problem, buddy? Huh? Huh? Do you? Hi, I'm Dory.
Hi, Dory.
And, well, I don't think I've ever eaten a fish.
Hi, that's incredible.
Good on you, mate.
I'm glad I got that off my chest.
How's it, people? Hope you enjoyed that. That is one of my favorite scenes from Finding Nemo. And someone recently said to me, I think the best kind. Enjoyed that. That's one of my favorite scenes from Finding Nemo. It's all going off. And someone recently said to me, I think. Sorry. Well, and someone recently said to me, I think the best animated character that describes me is Dory. And I just love that. I am so like, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. Yeah, so Pixar really did an amazing job there. Yes, hello, Elizabeth. Welcome. And I actually got this idea topic from Femme Fatale. So Laura, if you're watching, how's it? Everybody check out Femme Fatale. She's got quite a cool channel. Yeah, she does an excellent games night. So yeah, check that out. And then I just want to get something serious out the way. Another interesting 7 minute 26 video you guys should check out is Ronaldo Ghost. I'm sure we can post a link below when it's done. But yeah, just about the granny today being accosted at the store, and every woman should have the right to protect herself. And with all the MSM, mainstream media, pumping the whole narrative of like what's been happening in America, and especially the elderly who feel so vulnerable, not only from a deadly disease, but also to go to their local click store and get abused. And then why not? Woohoo! Go, Granny! You had a gun! Excellent! Woo, 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 woo. So, yeah. And every woman should have the right to protection in this country. Every single one of them. Not just some old lady. Everyone. So, it's time to arm our women. Because you know what? Thank God. You know, those people are so lucky. Thank God no one was killed today. Because probably if it was me, Ditzy Dory, who knows whether if I would have pulled the trigger. I actually wonder if I would have. By the way, hello, Linda Finroy, welcome. So tonight we're talking about what movie as a child made your heart soar. You know, you had the VHS or the Betamax, and you'd pop that video in machine, or you'd go, Mommy, please can we go rent a movie? Please can we go rent a movie? And you'd run to the kiddies section in the video store, and you'd be like, wow, look at the stuff. Like, I think as children, we were so starved for TV because it was all new to us. And it was even new to our parents. And now with Netflix, I mean, I'm just like gobsmacked. I've started watching Netflix's She-Ra. And because we watched He-Man, okay, by the powers of Grayskull. And there was this whole side story. Like, I had the Mattel sorceress, and I had all the chicks, and I had the Panther, and I had He-Man, and he had a whole suit and a what was it? Weapons, like armor that you could put on him. The place, he was yellow and green, yellow striped green body, and he also turned from this meekish cat into like this growling tiger, and it was fantastic. And I think I had a couple of hump sessions with one of the babes, and they used to fight over He-Man. Meanwhile, He-Man was interested in some other broad, but the other broad was actually, I think, his half sister or something, who's called She-Ra, and she was on the show, but she was like lank, made up. She looked like a real like traveling Susan, like an estate agent. You'd find them today. Like if you go back on YouTube, and I'll try and post the links on the group and maybe below after the stream to what she looked like back then. Like she'd scare. She looked like a dummy. We're going to show you our house. Yes. But we thought that was compared to Netflix's remake, it's unbelievable. And the storyline, which is really cool. So so that's what we're talking about. I know that we shared it on the group earlier, and a lot of people have spoken about Robotech and all of those things. But another thing I wanted to touch on was, if you look at all the animations, I mean, from Disney to Neverending Story all those characters, all those heroes, villains. Who was your favorite? Who was your least favorite? What movie did you think was inappropriate? I know I watched The Black Cauldron, and I think had I seen it, I probably would have gotten a little bit scared. I've never watched The Dark Crystal. I tried to watch it when my son was a bit younger, and I didn't get into it. But I remember, who remembers The Muppets? Jim Henson. What a legend. What a legend. Like, seriously, he was incredible. And then started Sesame Street. Okay, that wasn't in South Africa. I mean, we had Willy Willy Wally and Pumpkin Patch and all of those. So that was tons of fun. But yeah, so I don't know. I just thought I'd want to discuss who was I think the person that made me really in the last 5-10 years. Look, Tangled was the first animated 3D. I went to go and see my first 3D movie was Tangled. Those lanterns, it was such an awesome experience to watch. Just the animation and the colors and this golden hair that glowed. And Mother, what was her name? Myrtle, Mark, I can't think of the name. Anyone in the comments? Mother Gartel, I think it was. And she basically kept her, and that story to me rang home because I have a mom who was also, something happened to her in her childhood and she didn't know what happened to her, and as she got older, her subconscious, a trauma, I mean, my mom lost her firstborn son, my half brother, and this triggered a subconscious reaction in her mind. And she remembers a traumatic event, which when you get to know me, you'll know more about it. And I'll talk about it when I talk about, obviously, the psyche of women and things like that. So when I remember the scene where she's lying back in her room and her heart's been broken because Ryder's this treacherous lying, said, no, he's lying. And she's looking at these big suns, all these pictures, these big balloons, and she realizes she starts to see these suns, and she realizes she's the princess, she's the lost princess. And I mean, for me, that just rang so true because I could see my mom and how my mom's subconscious remembered what happened to her. And I think these things happen to us in our daily lives. And I still put on any great, epic Disney movie. I mean, okay, the cinematic universe has changed now with new leadership. So that's, yeah. But, even great, Metro Goldwyn Mayer, I think MGM, Warner Brothers, Touchstone Pictures. I mean, Splash with Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah. What an epic movie. I remember going to see it at Starland with my mom. I was probably about 6 or 7 years old, and I was so excited. And when I got home, I ran a bath, and I remember I tied a piece of string around my legs, and I pretended to be a mermaid. And we didn't have a pool, and every time we went to friends or had a pool, I was like, I'm a mermaid. Yish, talking sirens. So my obsession with mermaids. And also, I remember watching an anime manga movie called Swan Lake, and it's director Yoko Kushimara, I think, or something like that. Like, obviously a Japanese name, don't quote me. I'm going to quickly Google it. But yeah, so Linda, my favorite video was Looney Tunes, but I'm a lot older than you guys. Okay, fair enough. No, Looney Tunes was also brilliant. I mean, biddy, that's all, folks. Buddy, and also the Muppets. Do you remember the Muppets? Kermit and Miss Piggy. It's just incredible. What is your favorite Disney movie now, Linda, that you've watched with either a niece or a nephew or someone or some little person in your life, or you've had on in the background? This afternoon when I was thinking about this, I thought of maybe doing it just on Frozen, all the epic moments in Frozen and how we just need to let stuff go. And, we can take one movie and totally plunge into it. I mean, I love the Trolls. The Trolls are so cool. But my originals were obviously, yeah, the map. I mean, I found this puzzle. Actually, I wanted to build it during lockdown, but I didn't even get a time because I started YouTubing. Yes. And I'm going to build, it's 100 pieces, so it's not that too bad. It's not too bad. But I mean, how weird, a pig and a frog. Come on, people. And we're worried about segregation currently. I mean, if you've ever been more flippin' segregated in your life, okay? I didn't want to know what Kermit does. Anyway, so that's my thoughts on that. Elizabeth, Elizabeth says we were only allowed to watch selected TVs in the 80s, lol. Yeah, because of apartheid. We didn't get everything. And then we had to still, when it was really something cool, we had to tune into Radio Tweedecent or something to get the English broadcast. I mean, Spider-Man was like in, Rabubi, wasn't it? It was like in Northern Sotho at one stage, but I was, I think, a lot older then. Sorry, this thing's blocking my comments. But yes, so these so those were all the crazy movies, and I think for a lot of characters resonated. I mean, we're not only talking, you know, those sort of cartoons and characters, but DC and Marvel. Like, yes, I've just mentioned Spider-Man. Like, who watched Spider-Universe and enjoyed it? I actually thought it was very, very cleverly done by Sony. Was it Sony? I think it was Sony. Very cleverly done. Yeah, I think there's so much talent in these movies. I mean, voices, great actors. I mean, the best yet ever, Aladdin and the Genie, and yeah, Robin Williams was mind-shattering. I mean, I could speak about the man just on his own merits. So yeah, maybe the time I'm streaming is not that great. I'm not sure. Maybe I don't think I'm getting a notification. I don't think my notifications are happening. But yeah, I think there's so many lessons to be learned in these movies. You know, the heroine, the hero, the characters, the antagonists, and there's always, another favorite of mine is also Hercules and the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I thought that was incredible with Demi Moore playing the temptress, the what was it, the gypsy girl. Yeah, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I still remember that. And the detail that went into the drawings and how they studied the cathedral. And who remembers that fire? When was that fire? Like 2 years ago. And yeah, was it Salma Hayek it was Salma Hayek who said she'd pledged money to rebuild the thing, I think. Do you remember that? Do you guys remember that? Elizabeth says, love Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs with all the songs. I just want to see quickly. Oh, yeah. Swan Lake, I'm looking at the anime, not the Barbie one. Yes, so it was, no, it's just Flash. Your fingers get so, like when you're typing, like you need to find the right, it was in 1981. And yes, these are all the movies. Like I'll put a link to it as well. It is beautiful. Okay, she totally doesn't look like a real chick. I realize that now looking at it. It's like there's no one that skinny. Not even Barbie's that skinny. But I loved the music. The music was set to Tchaikovsky, and it was unbelievable. It was really, really precious. So that's what it looks like. I'm going to show you quickly. Let's have a look. See there. So it's done in like an anime manga. And if you guys, I know Clint will put a link to it when we later, so I could watch this movie again and again. In fact, I could probably watch it tonight as well. But they've dubbed it. Different actresses and actors have redubbed it since its release. So yeah, those are my 101 Dalmatians. Also made me cry. Oh, yeah, they just tip-top emotion. And Toy Story was also brilliant. To infinity and beyond. Buzz Lightyear. Was that Dream? No, that was Disney. Yeah. Yeah, and DreamWorks and Pixar, I mean, they're not two different companies, aren't they? Or they're the same company. And what's the other one who does Madagascar? That's DreamWorks. It's Steven Spielberg, I think. Oh man, got it. Yes. So, yeah, I just think it's incredible to have all these. We live in such an amazing time. We really do. And there should be such diversity and such. I mean, who doesn't? I mean, to me, animated movies are like sport. Everyone loves them. Everyone likes to partake in them, and it brings us together, across all races. I mean, the market is just insane. I mean, that how much is Disney worth now? Does anyone know? I thought there'd be a couple of more people sort of watching, but all right, it's fair enough. Suppose you win some, you lose some. I was also thinking about over the weekend, and maybe this is slightly segueing a bit, but is it Tesla's new Neuralink, right? Like maybe in the next 50 years we will be living till 2077, and experiencing movies completely in our minds. It's kind of a little bit scary, but anything is possible. So that's also like robogenetics, cyborg genetics. Yeah, you never know. Okie dokie. Yeah, I guess that's what I wanted to talk about. And just want to share quickly something. The link. I don't know where everybody is tonight. I suppose maybe my timing is a bit off. But I want to catch Herman's stream at 8:30. And I don't know if anyone else is streaming at what's it? At 8 o'clock. I don't know if Ronaldo's on again. But I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit. So yeah, I guess everyone's having dinner and it's a busy evening. I know the weather's lovely. At least it's not cold. Spring is here. And things are everything's changing. My life's about to take a serious change. So we'll see how it goes. And I think everyone's going through change now. I think it's very, very difficult times, and we've got to pull together. And if you know someone who is struggling and you can try and help them in any way, shape, or form, whether it's offering lifts or it's hectic, and just give love to your elderly. Reach out to the people in your life who you haven't seen, like that Auntie Bessie or Uncle David, or someone who's stuck at home who hasn't seen anyone. I think the elderly need such encouragement at the moment. I mean, they're the ones that have really bought into the narrative of COVID, I know some who don't care. Sausage, not a flying sausage, nothing, not a flying sausage. So, it's very, 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 very difficult. And I hope someone big with big muscles comes and protects her. Well, in terms of giving them a safe place and making sure that she doesn't go to jail, because whichever shopping center, they should have enforced that they knew the judgment. I mean, who runs the shopping center? I mean, look, I'm in property, and I'd want to know the legal recourse for the Clicks group. Clicks groups are generally very good tenants. They generally pay their rental on time, and they are generally good investors. And I think people who've been with Clicks, especially on the share market, I can't think of their group name now, but they generally perform in the market. And I find I buy the coolest things from their shop sometimes, especially around Christmas time, especially around, they've got great specials in the beginning of the year. So yeah, and I mean, I support Dis-Chem too. It's just, it's absolutely ridiculous. They just want to make, the EFF basically just want to make a big hoo-hoo-ha because they haven't done anything during this entire lockdown, and they want clickbait. And it's just so sad. Really? Like, stop focusing. Do some good. Go and help your gogo in the settlement. Bring water to her house. Go and do that. And then you can see exactly what's happening. What are you doing stopping businesses and people from working? Are you mad? Like, go and help a gogo cook a meal or take her to the hospital. You're young enough. What are you doing riling up poor flippin' white people? Help your people. I mean, I'm going to actually have on the Upright Man, who has the whole Bagazi group. I don't know if I'm saying it right, Bagazi group that's located here in Pretoria, who's a community of 700 women who basically look after each other and help the community. You know, really, what are you doing? You're intimidating. Are you not working? Who's paying you? Did you get your $150 for the day? Well, I hope being locked up and driving in the police van was worth it. And your face might or may not be on flippin' social media. You know, can you not realize that you put on this earth for another purpose instead of to intimidate and put fear in people? Oh, I'm a bully. Oh, big bloody deal, man. Grow up. Start helping the people in your community. Maybe start a feeling. Did it give you nachas? Did you feel great? Intimidating that old lady today. To the women who actually did the intimidating and the shouting and the carrying on. Did your soul actually go, oh, this feels so good. I'm so loved by Jesus. Yebo. Hewe. Really. I wonder. I hope you sleep well tonight. And if you are a Christian soul, I wonder if you'll actually have winks or sleeps. Because the way you carried on, I'd be ashamed. I'd be ashamed. My mother, I hope your mother doesn't see this video. Because if I was your mother, I'd be ashamed. What must your gogo be thinking? Would your gogo be proud of you for shouting at an old woman? And the old woman's so scared. And you security men, I'd love to find out which security company those guys were from. I'd love to. In fact, let's all find out which security company was behind that. Because they were not helping to stop any intimidation of an elderly person, whether they be pink, orange, purple, blue, or black, or white. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Does it make your heart feel special? So anyway, that's why I've kind of segued. And the truth is, yes, it does make my blood boil. But, you know, I thank God for fantasy and that we can delve into something a little bit less serious and a little bit fantasy. Because sometimes in life, you just need to get away from the seriousness and the realities of harsh life. Because life is flippin' hard. Life is flippin' hard. It's not easy. But that's okay, because you know what? You learn from it. And hopefully you grow up and you be different from it. You learn to accept, like, wow, you know, had I not gone through that process, I never would have, this wouldn't have happened and that wouldn't have happened. And my life is so much better. I'm doing what I want to do to fulfill my purpose in life, you know. So if EFF lady, if you feel like you're doing your purpose in life, oh yeah, I'm sure your granny or your gogo or whoever it is who brought you into the world and read bedtime stories to you is very proud of you right now. So there's my little rah rant. So yes, I got off topic. Okay, but yes, Elizabeth says Wally was awesome to watch with my kids. Yeah, no, Wally, I loved Wally, like the whole, and it's so scary how maybe we can really be like that. But, and it's funny how the AI takes control in the end. Yeah, that's a bit strange. Well, talking of neurocyborg, or what's it? Cryogenetics. Yes, I know very little about the subject, but we could obviously always investigate and check it out. But yeah, ladies and gents, I guess that's all I have to say. I've said my rant, and I'm saying keep watching awesome cartoon movies like I know Big Mouth is out. That's the new Matthew, what was it? Matthew Grinning. I think he did The Simpsons. Matt Grinning. I'm just gonna sneak a peek at my group. And yeah, there were lots of other movies shown. We're just checking Signal. Who is this? Sharky and George. Someone posted a picture of Sharky and George. I don't know about that, but I suppose he is. Livexi, Benny boek vir hom. Skarel die see monster. So yeah, that's He-Man. I mean, it's just hysterical. It's just hysterical. What would He-Man do? What would He-Man do? But yeah, guys, so awesome stuff, and have a lovely evening, and I hope you have a great week, and be in touch. Cheers, man. Bye.